Do we go to look really interested?
Sure, sure, yeah. Anyway, here we go. I am doing a informative speech for Johnson Community College. It's regarding taxes for public speaking. Taxes are needed by everybody. Well, not by everybody, but there is a purpose. One is to protect our country, to provide funds to protect our country, and another one is to build our roads. Government also has to have money to function. Collecting taxes and is old and also very controversial. If you know, one thing is the Boston Tea Party, for example. And here is my little prop, a tea bag. One thing is back in December 16, 1773, the British were taxing the colonies on tea, and there was 3 ships that came in, and 200 men dressed it up as Indians and went in and dumped all the tea into the harbor. And we also have tea parties today where there's a lot of controversy going on now about cap and trade, and also the health care, which is also been even back in Jesus' day, Joseph and Mary were actually going to Bethlehem to pay taxes when Jesus was born. One thing I would like to go over also is, the old saying is there's 3 things you have to do: is live and die and pay taxes. And is that actually true? And I will explain that later. There are actually 5 social groups that actually pays taxes. One of them is big business, corporations, and so forth. Another is wealthy people who have inherited money and have accumulated money. Also, there's the middle class, there's low income, and also there's illegal aliens. Our taxes that we pay are local taxes, meaning city taxes, and also town taxes. There's county taxes that we pay, there's state taxes that we pay, also there are federal and national taxes we pay. I will just read out, and I think you'll be alarmed how many different kind of taxes there are. There's accounts receivable taxes, building permit taxes, CDL license taxes, cigarette taxes, corporate income taxes. There's dog license taxes, excise taxes, federal income taxes, federal unemployment taxes, which is FUTA on the check, fishing license taxes, food license taxes, fuel permit taxes. There is also a gasoline tax. There's gross receipt taxes, hunting license taxes, inheritance taxes, inventory taxes. IRS interest charges, also IRS penalties, which means taxes on top of taxes. Liquor taxes, luxury taxes. There's marriage license taxes, Medicare taxes, personal property taxes, property taxes. There's real estate taxes. There's service charge taxes, Social Security taxes, road uses taxes, sales taxes, state income taxes, state unemployment taxes. There's telephone federal excise taxes. There's telephone federal universal service fee taxes. There's the telephone federal and state and local surcharge taxes, telephone recurring and non-recurring charge taxes. There's state and local taxes for telephones, telephone usage charge taxes, utility taxes, vehicle license registration, vehicle sales tax. There's water permit registration, well permit taxes, and workers' compensation taxes. It may seem funny, but it's not. We pay a tremendous amount of different kinds of taxes. In the state of North Carolina, we pay a burden of 5.5% of taxes. That is our percentage of taxes, and the county is allowed to pay charge extra 2%, meaning as the county we pay 7.5% on taxes. This should be 4.5, but with our shortfall in taxes this year, they went and allowed the legislation to go another 2 years, and rather than dropping back to 4.5, meaning that I doubt very seriously if this will ever be rescinded. We also pay a gas tax of 30 cents, cigarette tax of 35 cents, a property tax of 100% of your appraisal fee of your property. There is no inheritance tax in North Carolina, but there is also a federal tax. The tax rate in North Carolina is 7.75%. That's based on a bracket of $12,700 to $60,000 bracket plus. Our federal tax burden is also that those taxes vary, but my question is, are we properly filling out and collecting taxes the way you need to be, or is the system just dated? Some of the collections are now being considered, rather than doing IRS taxes now, as fair taxes, where you just end up having to pay a percentage every year rather than have to file taxes. And then there's sales taxes, which would also represent paying taxes on whatever you buy. Therefore, regardless of whether you're buying a boat or local bread, everybody will end up paying some kind of taxes. Now my question is, who actually pays taxes? The top percent of all, top 1% of people who actually pay taxes is the people with the most money, and they pay 30%. In other words, the top 1% of people pay 34% of the taxes, or the wealthy. The top 5% pays 54%. So again, the wealthy pay most of the taxes, and the top 50% of all citizens that pay taxes pay 94% of the taxes. So that's telling you that 50% of the people in the country do not pay any taxes. When you also think about all the social programs, some of these low-income people do not only pay taxes, they also take from the system. In conclusion, I would like to challenge everybody to think about the amount of money that you actually pay and the heavy burden that's actually coming in the future. Are we actually paying our taxes proportionally? Does everybody pay their fair share? And I want you to focus and make sure you make your politicians accountable where your money is being spent, because it is truly your tax money. And is the system broken? Do we need to do something different on the way we file and collect taxes? I have a poem here I like to read, and it's called the Tax Poem. And it says, taxes land, taxes bed, tax the table at which he's fed. Taxes tractor, taxes mule, teach him taxes are the rule. Taxes work, taxes pay. He works for peanuts anyway. Taxes cow, taxes goat, taxes pants, taxes coat. Taxes tie, taxes shirt, taxes work, taxes dirt. Taxes tobacco, taxes drink, tax him if he tries to think. Taxes cigarettes, taxes beer if he cries, taxes tears. Taxes car, taxes gas, find other ways to taxes, and I'll let you fill in the blank. Tax all he has, then let him know that you won't be done till he tax all is done. When he screams and hollers, then tax him some more, tax him till he's gone good and sore. Then tax his coffin, tax his grave, tax the sod in which he's laid. Put these words upon his tomb, taxes drove me to my doom. When he's gone, do not relax, it's time to apply the heritage tax. And I'd like to thank everybody for just listening to this speech, and also I'd like to make a note of my reference, which is retirementliving.com and fairtax.com. Thank you for your time.
Okay. Now, how do I stop this time?
I don't know.
Now, do you want some constructive criticism, or is that what we're doing? What we want?
Just thank you for coming. Just shut it. Say hi.
Are you making that speech to a group of people?
No.
When are you doing it?
Right now.
Oh, this was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I don't know how to cut it off.
I had to cut it off. It might be rolling. I have no idea.
I didn't want to cut him off.